Welcome to SUPRS Live. This is the Supermodified Ultimate Pavement Racing Series. It's Go Fast Night for the 19th Annual Topless 200. Welcome to the broadcast, everybody. I'm your host, Bob Gawer, and we've got an exciting night of speed and thrills in store for you here on the SUPRS Broadcasting Network. It's the 19th Annual Topless 200, the season-ending race for the summer season of SUPRS, the 19th version of this classic event coming up tomorrow night. But before those guys get to do that, they've got to time trial in, and this is going to be exciting. The guy who has held more pole positions than anybody except for Ray Sand Jr. is in the broadcast booth with us right now. We're talking about Speedy Man, Dave. Oh, there's a reason they call him Speedy Man. From his first topless 200 time trial attempt in 2019, he hasn't been off of the front row. In fact, two of those times he's set a new track record, including last year, setting the new high mark and the great standard to go by here if you want to be fast, 15.550. Dave, what do you got in the car tonight? Can you break your own track record?
Well, I think if I get it perfect, I think I can squeeze out a little more. But pretty comfortable with what I have, from last year, and just gonna kind of carry that forward. And do have a guaranteed starter spot, so if I can run that mid to high five, maybe a low five, if I hit it absolutely perfect, I'll be happy. Hopefully get a front row, and if not, I can always fall back on the guaranteed starter or start there in third place. So as long as I don't bin it, I'm looking good for tomorrow night.
Dave, how much has it changed in just a year's time uh, for the speeds and the competition and the closeness here that you're where are your concerns? I mean, who are you most concerned about, and where are you looking?
Oh yeah, speed's definitely always picked up year over year. I haven't really made too many changes at all, so I'm expecting Brad to come out there and try and take down that track record again. Zach's been pretty quick, Ryan's been quick, so just have to see how it goes with the draw order, where we come out on the track, whether it's going to be a little slower towards the end, a little faster in the end, maybe. Just where that draw comes out, and just see what I can put down. Really, all it is, it's going to be tough. No mistakes, and should be tight.
That's a big key right here tonight. I think, Dave. We're looking at Brad Keyser. He's scheduled to go out third tonight, and you're all the way to the back. What has been your thoughts on where's the best spot to go?
I prefer to go out early myself. There's an advantage to going out later. You kind of see the benchmark and know how hard you have to push, whereas you go out early, you're setting it. But in terms of track feel and everything, I prefer to go out early myself.
Dave, we're going to be keeping an eye on the TMS Wolfpack number 11 tonight. You sure have earned that nickname, Speedy Man, and wish you the best of luck to go for your record-breaking fourth pole here at the Topless 200.
Thank you, and good luck to all the other competitors.
Dave-O, the man to beat here at Oswego Speedway when it comes to time trials for this big 200-lap race. One of the key factors, as he said, is when do you go out here tonight? We've got a good field of cars coming in to time trial tonight, and one of those guys that will be making his first attempt to time trial into the Topless 200 has never made an attempt before for this race. Daniel Nance. Daniel, you picked up the Rookie of the Year award in the wing cars. You made a comment the other night about how much more stable the wing cars were and the differences between the wing and the non-wing cars. And now here you are getting ready to time trial for your first Topless 200. What are the nerves like? What's going through your mind? And what is your goal here this evening for time trials?
Basically, my goal would be to just do well in time trial and make good in the heats and just try to stay safe and make laps on the race.
Well, it's been a tough road to hoe for you your first non-wing season this summer. What have you learned that you can take into that time trials tonight to have a good starting position for the 200?
Just basically make little tweaks on my setup to make it smoother so I can make good laps and complete the races.
Daniel, we want to wish you the best of luck in your first time trial qualifying attempt here for your very first Topless 200. Good luck, buddy. It's Daniel Nans, driver of the Nans Brothers Racing, number 2. Keep your eyes out on him, for him. He'll be going out relatively early in the time trial order. Hey, folks, there's still time to sponsor a Topless 200 lap. That's right, for just $1. You can sponsor a lap for the Topless 200. All proceeds go to help injured super modified drivers. Just go to supers.net, and you can see that big banner on every page, and included in the front page slider. Just click on that. Tell us who you want to sponsor the lap for. Is it one of your loved ones that you've lost? Is it a favorite Supers racer? You've got your opportunity right now to sponsor a lap and help injured super modified drivers for just $1. Say thanks, good luck, or advertise your business to sim racers and super modifieds, fans alike, just like we do here. We've been doing this 2004. I mean, this is why we exist. This is why we do it. And we would like you to be a part of it. Well, folks, let's not waste any more time. Let's get after it here tonight. It's time for our Topless 200 whole night. And this is only the top 2 drivers will have an opportunity to set on the front row. The 2 fastest drivers are locked in. Everybody else will go to the heat races coming up after time trials. Those will be thrilling because the way you finish the heat race is the way you'll start the Topless 200. Anybody who doesn't take a time trial run here tonight will then have to go into the back of the pack, basically. So this is going to be exciting. Get ready, folks. This is drivers are getting final instructions right now. And they're getting ready to rock and roll. So here we go. First driver out on the track will be a former pole sitter here at Oswego, driving the number 25 RW woodworking machine. Bob Gangwer out of Goshen, Indiana. We're driving a Ford, a 427 Ford in that screen. Of course, they're all pretty much the same, but some of the guys like a Ford, some of them like a Chevy. They're all big blocks, though. We're looking to have a good run so you start up front in a heat race here tonight. Again, your track record is a 15.550. That's the mark everybody's shooting for. And we're on the track. They'll go green first time by the stripe. Here he comes out of turn 4. Green flag flies. Topless 200 time trials are underway here at Oswego Speedway. Gang, we're hauling out of turn number 2 and down the backstretch, looking into 3. He'll be coming off of 4 to complete lap number 1 of 2 here in Topless 200 time trials. And lap number 1, a 16.43. 16.43 for Gang, where he's looking to pick it up. Anything less than about a 2, and he's going to be towards the back of the heat races. There he is off of 4. And a 16.4. A couple of those very consistent, but not as fast as what we're used to seeing that 25 time trials. So we'll see what he can do at a heat race for sure. That's not going to be good enough to make the cut on the front row, and he'll be going away from a heat race. So Gang, we're in the 25, your first qualifier, and he'll be on the pole for just about one car. As the next car on the racetrack is the number 26 of Greg Breen. Out of Liverpool, New York, and he takes a green flag, sponsored by Lindsay Aggregates. Greg Breen. Sharp looking yellow and black machine. White flags out. Lap number 1 is 16:044. 16:044. Oh, and Breen goes around. Takes the right rear off. He gets one lap and he is done. Greg Breen gets loose out of turn number 2 and wads it up. Tough luck for Breen. Track gets cleaned up, and the next one out on the track is a pole sitter here at the Topless 200. He is looking for a perfect triple crown. He's won the first 2 of the 2023 season. At the Summit Classic 125 and the All-Star Classic 200. From Liverpool, New York, driving the number 9 BMK Logistics machine, Brad Keyser, the coach, takes the green flag. Keyser, your 2021 pole sitter, set a new track record that year with a 15.645. One of the main competitors for the pole position, going out early here. Chasing cameras in. Keyser gets loose, gathers it up, saves it. It's still a fast lap of 15.744. 15.744 for Keyser. What's he got now? Can he get it rolling? Checkered flag flies. Lap 2 faster, a 5.57, just underneath the track record. What a recovery for Brad Keyser. Fantastic run for the grandson, a real Supermodified racer, Mark Letcher. Good job by Brad Keyser. What a recovery after a tough first lap, almost crashing it. Coming out of turn 4. Well, here we go. We talked to him early on in the broadcast show open. This driver's from Baldwinsville, New York. That car is easy to spot. Driving the deuce, it's Daniel Nance. Out of Baldwinsville, New York, takes the green flag on his first Topless 200 qualifying attempt. Nance knows how to put the hammer down. He's just got to keep it steady, smooth. You heard him talk in the pre-race about trying to get to the finish. Here we go. Lap number 1 in the book. It's a 16.181. It's not too shabby. Not too bad at all for his very first Topless 200 qualifying lap. Daniel Nance in the Hahn Welding Supply. Nance Brothers Racing comes off of turn number 4, scrubs that front stretch wall, straightens it up, and it's faster yet. A 144. 16144 for Daniel Nance, the Topless 200 rookie and your 2022-23 Rookie of the Year for SUPRS. Next out onto the racetrack, this driver hails from Elyria, Ohio, has the points championship essentially wrapped up. Ladies and gentlemen, driving the Midwest Supermodified Series machine, it's Zach Sears. Sears, your outside front row setter last year. Sears was the first driver since 2018 to sit on the front row, or 2019 when Dave O and Brad Keyser started their domination, to sit on the front row. We'll see how Sears does. He's always fast. Using essentially the same setup as Dave O and Brad Keyser. Off of turn 4, here's the white flag, and it's a 15.737. Second quick right now, 15.737 for Sears. Sears rounding turn 3 and 4, gets back in the hammer, and a little bit of a bobble, but faster yet, a 15.561. Stays slotted in at second quick. Second quick right now for Sears. Coming out next on the racetrack, the oldest driver making an attempt here tonight, 73 years old, from Goshen, Indiana, in the Smoky Bones Down Home Kitchen. White Lightning Transportation Machine, it's Danny Ray. Danny Ray in that 08. We'll see what Danny has. He said he felt pretty good when he was practicing. He looks good through 3 and 4. Here he comes off of 4, nice and straight. A 16.708. Looking good into turn 3. Little bit of a push in the middle, gets off of 4. A 16.535, the best time trial run yet in 3 attempts for Danny Ray. A 16.535. Nice run for the 73-year-old out of Goshen, Indiana. Out of Brook Park, Ohio, and the Gannon Auto Sales, number 14, Bobby Hayduck. Hey, don't drop your stick, duck. Former flagman for the Real Supermodifieds begins his Topless 200 time trial run. There it is, lap number 1 in the books. Ooh, that's a tough one, a 17.089, 17.089, slowest so far. Oh, a big push through 3. Let's see if he hangs on. 16.960, cracks into the 16, so a little bit better. Wow, that was a tough one. So right now on the pole, Brad Keyser with a 15.557. Second quick right now. Zach Sears with a 15.561. Third quick, a 16.044 for Daniel Nan. Out onto the racetrack now and already on the green flag. This driver hails from North Syracuse, New York. Ladies and gentlemen, the teesforecast.com, number 12, the Quiet Storm, Anthony Corsiniti. And Corsiniti has been really turning the wick up here lately in competition. Some good podiums. Third quick right now with a 15.969. 15.969. Let's see if he can bump into the front row. Here he goes. Oh, a big push. Guys going in awful deep on that second lap. Push it up in the middle. He gathers it up. And no, he is not faster on lap number 2, but a good run, a 16.278. 16.278 on lap number 2. So a 15.969 slots him in at third quick right now. Onto the racetrack now. We'll see how long that third fastest position stands for Corsiniti, because this driver is one of those that knows no other way than to stand on the gas. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Oswego, New York, and the simmobility.com, number 13, Rapid Ryan Clunin. Lets her loose, takes the green flag to begin his Topless 200 run. Had some tough luck last night for the second year in a row at SUPRS Nationals. Led the most laps and got involved in a nasty crash on the front stretch after Dick Schuler spun. Clunin nowhere to go. Right now, he's got a clear track in front of him. Down the front chute he goes. Slots in at third quick with a 15.907. 15.907 for Clunin. Does he have enough to get to the outside of the front row and bump Sears off? He's a little loose. Now it tightens up. Straight down the front chute. It's not enough, but it is quicker. It's a 15.777. 15.777 on lap 2 for Rapid Ryan Clunin in the Simmobility number 13. Next out onto the racetrack, this driver, a former pole sitter, here for the Topless 200. Going back to 2016, the only time he sat on the front row for the 200 lap grind. He hails from Crestline, Ohio. He's sponsored by CPR Motorsports, Icing's on Top, and Mayfield Garage. Ladies and gentlemen, Keith, put one on you, pal. Pal in the Odie's, number 41. Comes around turn 4, trying to get some brake temp and tire heat. Takes the green flag. Al saying that he'd been working on a heat race setup, knows he doesn't have enough to set on the front row, but looking awfully good through 3 and 4. Here he comes now to complete lap number 1, a 16.249. That'll slide him in at 7th quick. 16.249. Lap number 1 for Paul. And another car with a big push on entry. He gathers it up. Looks good off of 4, though. And it is not faster. He'll settle for that 249. Lap number 2, a 16.315. Next out onto the racetrack, this driver hails from Union, Connecticut. He's a 3-time Topless 200 pole sitter, a SUPRS champion in the non-wing division, a SUPRS Triple Crown of Supermodified Sim Racing winner. Ladies and gentlemen, watch Speedy Man Dave O. Holds the track record at a 15.550. Does anybody think he can get it? Let us know in Twitch chat right now. What's Dave's run going to be? He fires off down the backstretch. He says, as long as I don't bin it and I have a perfect lap, I can't beat it. And boy, he looks like he's on target right now. Here he comes, lap number 1, a 15.551, just a click off. Does he have enough, folks? Cheer him on as he goes down the backstretch. He's in the hammer. And now he's back out of it. It looks like he may not have enough fuel. Is it start for fuel? Maybe he's setting something up. No, not faster. A 17.159. 17.159 is lap number 2, but holy smokes, lap number 1's enough for the front row. That moves Zach Sears into a heat race. Brad Kieser's on the front row right now. The last car coming out for time trials out of Chisago City, Minnesota. Another driver that is retired and enjoying racing Supermodified Sim Racing. And the Gooby Beer number 56, Dick Schuler. Tricky Dicky comes out of 4 to begin his time trial run. Oh, hang on, Dick. A big push in turn 1. Yeah, it looks a little better through turn 3 and 4. Here's Dick for lap number 1 now. A 16.765. 16765. And that bumps him up into 11th starting position. Danny Ray on the bubble for the top 10 with a 16.5. We'll see if Schuler has it. Doesn't look awfully good there off of 4, but hey, he does. How about that? We spoke too soon. Dick Schuler, 10th quick with a 16.532. 16532 for Dick Schuler. What a run by Dave Speedy Man O. Just a click off his own track record. Your fast qualifier here tonight in Topless 200 time trials. A 15.551. Teaser with a 15.557. Well, folks, you don't want to go anywhere. We're going to talk to your front row. And then we will set up our heat races, and we will get those rolling. We still got to get guys positioned now. They're all qualified, and now we'll set up the heat races the way they're straight up from time trials, and the way they finish the heat races are the way they will start the 200-lapper tomorrow night. Don't go anywhere. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with interviews with your front row, courtesy of the WAG's Custom and Cool Awards Victory Lane Interview Podium. You're enjoying live Supermodified Sim Racing of the finest on the SUPRS Broadcasting Network. It's Go Fast Night at Oswego. Welcome back to SUPRS Live Pole Night here at the Oswego Speedway for the Topless 200, the 19th running coming up tomorrow night. You won't want to miss that. There's still time to sponsor a Topless 200 lap. Just $1 is all it is, and all those proceeds go to help injured Supermodified drivers. We encourage you to do that. We ask you to do it, and it's our way of giving back to the real Supermodified division that races here at Oswego Speedway. Of course, the big International Classic 200 coming up in a couple of weeks at Oswego. Ladies and gentlemen, your pole sitter, although he didn't break the track record, he darn near tied it with a time of 15.550. Dave O, congratulations, Speedy Man. You are now the all-time pole sitter here for the Topless 200 at Oswego Speedway, breaking Ray Sand Jr.'s record, who you were tied with coming into this year. How's it feel, man, to grab that record, and how's it feel to be oh so close, but not quite with a new track record?
No, it definitely feels good. That's, Ray Sand, he has a lot of records here in the series, and to be able to, break that one, unfortunately doesn't race with us anymore, but to be able to, be the sole person to claim that, it always feels good, especially with, Oswego being such a big event here for the Topless and everything. So that was good. I pretty much ran time-wise what I thought I'd run around. I did see Brad was running really fast in practice, so I went. I asked him for what kind of changes he made, because I knew he made some from last year, and being the nice guy he did, he told me. So I had those in the car. It definitely felt a little looser and different, but once I got that good first lap in, I was like, you know what, that's just back it down. No need to wreck it or do anything stupid. Try to push for the track record. I don't think I'm really in it for points, so if I can save them there for next year, great. So that was the idea going into it. If I beat it, cool, 5 points to maybe run down Ryan. But with just being so close and being one of the last cars to qualify, I felt pretty confident in that time. So just backed it down after the first one.
Well, you've done this before, starting on the front row and pretty much decimating the field. Are you going to be able to do that this year? Do you think the race will have higher or less attrition than in years past? And do you think that you can lap the field?
I think the attrition will be less, only because this year, we've gone with some varying tire wears. So, throughout the field, everyone has a little bit more experience running on those lower tire percentages. So I think that'll help everyone out. So I think it'll be less that way, but everyone's been getting faster. So tough to say. I don't think I'm lapping Brad. If I can stay connected the whole race, great. But with me, that's always a battle for these longer ones for some reason.
Yeah, we hate to see anybody go out like that. But that's all part of it. I mean, that's just like a real race car can blow an engine or a rear end or a tire or anything. It can happen in sim racing as well. And you've been on the good end and the bad end of that stick before. But let's hope everything stays cool for you tomorrow night and you have a good race. And hopefully the guy sitting next to you can keep up with you. Congratulations on your 4th Topless 200 pole here at Oswego Speedway.
Thank you, and just gotta say good job to Brad and Zach for being so close, and that's closest I can ever remember it being here. So good job to those guys as well.
Definitely a very close top 3 here tonight. A guy on the outside of row number 1 with a 15.557 had a big whoa moment on lap number 1, where he turned in a lap time that he was probably pretty disappointed with, a 15.744, and then he comes back with a 15.557. Brad Keyser, were you driving out of rage there the second one after screwing up the first one, or was that planned? Did you want to get a little extra tire heat to let her rip on that second lap?
No, absolutely driver error. I knew I was a little bit quicker than Dave. In all honesty, this is a setup that I stole from Ryan from probably a couple of years ago. I don't know when. And saw some things on it, made some changes, and it rotates really, really well, but you kind of got to power slide it through the corner. And it came out of 4, and it went past the slide point into an oh boy moment. And for a moment, I thought I was going to the infield, saved it, and really was surprised that I didn't scrub so much speed that I had it. And so I saw the 7 lap, and I really didn't hit one again. I kind of overdrove one. I think a lot of that was I just really was getting set on the front straightaway, and I just sailed on the back straightaway. Mad at it. Didn't care if I broke loose at that point because I figured a 7 was going to get me top 4, which would at least put me in the front row of a heat, is what I figured, or give me a shot there. So sailed it down the back straightaway with no worry about breaking it loose, and then sailed it through 3, and I think my time in 3 was a little better than Dave's. But I mean, I really could have ran a 4, probably a 4.8 is what I was looking at. So kind of a little disappointed there. Share the setup with Dave ahead of time, and if anybody had asked, would share it. I gave it to Ryan before he went out there, and I think Ryan would have ran probably like a 6 as well with it. And it's a good car. I just kind of overdrove it, and then I watched Zach, and I mean Zach was so close, like 0.004 behind me, so that was amazing. And I watched Dave, and I could tell when he came off 3, the car looked that stable where mine didn't. And I knew right then that he had probably just beat me, which is good for Dave. Congratulations. He deserves it. He's real fast here. And he beat me. And then second lap, I figured he was either going to go for track record or park it. He kind of overdrove one a little bit, so I figured he just knew it was at that point and pulled it in. But congratulations, Dave. Congratulations, Zach, for winning the points championship. And 200 laps out tomorrow. See what we got.
Congratulations, Brad. Where do you think you're at here? This is a third time you've been on outside of row number 1 since your first topless in 2019. It's always been next to the guy that you're starting next to for the 19th annual event. What's your strategy to get in front of him and stay there?
Real strategy.
Or maybe you don't want to say that while he's listening.
I paid the internet connection to shut him off again. I mean, that's what you do. You just call the internet company out there, shut down the entire network of 50 computers using up too much bandwidth out there, and they shut him down. That's why Dave goes out in those races. No, but on a serious note, it really depends. To Dave's point a minute ago, I mean, a lot of the guys now are learning how to drive the cars with the worn tire wear, and that's been really an advantage that we've had the last couple of years. I think as the tire wear got below 50%, I don't think a lot of people were really doing the long runs and getting comfortable with it, but the tire wear all season has forced everybody to do that. So I think everybody's more comfortable with it. So I don't think people are so worried about getting down into those numbers now and maybe going a little quicker. So with Dave, it's, he usually likes to get out quick and, try to get a lot of the field lap before the first caution or, the first, say, third of the race. And I usually try to stay in touch with him and not get too much trouble. But for me, really, I mean, my last couple weeks here at Oswego, I've wrecked out. So I want to get the first 100 laps under my belt, stay engaged and see where it plays out. It's a big race for me. So want to close this thing out.
It is a big race going for that SUPRS Triple Crown Supermodified Sim Race presented by Icings on Top. It would be your second one. That is history making. Nobody's won that Triple Crown more than once. Dave-O, as far as a perfect Triple Crown, Dave has 2. He won his first one in 2 different years and got all 3 wins. But nobody has done it twice. How much pressure do you feel to try to pull that off tomorrow night?
A lot more since you just said it. I was feeling good until that. I don't need the whole field to know it, but now they all do. I know the Triple Crown's out there. It's one of those, I gave it away stupidly one year at Star, and then Dave went and won it over, he didn't win the pure one. He won it over a couple seasons. And then I won one, and then Dave won one. As you know, there's always a rivalry for who gets the trophies. Would be nice to get another trophy in here, and then all I know is then Dave will go after it for the following year, and really go after it. But with all the people that won it, I remember the first time I saw the trophy was at Rob Warren's house, and I give him credit because he did it. A very competitive field, and to do it, it's tough. I mean, everything's just got to go your way. You can't have internet connection issues. You can't get caught up in anybody else's incidences. You have to be fast. And it's got to break your way, not just one race, but it's our 3 longest races, and there's things got to go your way. And to be in an opportunity now to do it for a second time, which would be the 6th race, it's gonna be a challenge. I know it, and hopefully the luck's with me, and we go from there.
Best of luck to you and to Dave tomorrow night. Your front row for the Topless 200. They've got the best seats in the house. Dave-O, your pole sitter with a 15.551. Brad Keyser will start outside of Dave-O for the third time in his career with a 15.557. Wow, fast guys in behind the wheel of a sim racing machine. We'll see if they can get it done